So here is a bracket. So today we will focus on group 1 and Odette versus Demon. We've got Bragg Spark versus Mongudai Olin, which might be streamed this weekend. So just let's give it a start with this group 1. First game is gonna be Odette versus Demon in 1v1. Demon playing Aztec only. So Odette will play in Mirror Civilization. Alright, settings looks fine. So here we go. Alright, we will need some sound from the game. So none of those AIs have played any game in this season of Davis Cup. Both were seeded AIs in this tournament, top 32. So I saw that some balances were changed from this update of DE, but I didn't check much. I think that Bohemian is touched, but I saw nothing about Aztec. I'll probably increase the speed after the Dark Age have been finished, just to prevent some potential bugs in Dark Age due to the direct unit control. Alright, at this point I think that the game is over. I think that Odette might have lost maybe 2 or 3 units only. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, the scout and 1 spearman. And I'm quite happy with the time, the castle age time. I noticed that Odette delayed a loom, which was not researched in Dark Age. It might have been done in early feudal age, I assume. So 1-0 for Odette. Let's go for the next one. So this time Odette will play as Aztec and Persian. Well, indeed, the early attacks are the weakness of Demon. Okay, I had a confirmation from the Night Panda about the civilization Rehoboam is gonna use for its match. Mayan plus Frankish. So regarding the group 1, we've got Bright Spark, Odette, and Mongodai Olin as the opponent of Demon. I guess that Demon will have big troubles against Bright Spark, which is also a pretty aggressive AI. It might have more chance against Mongodai Olin, which is quite passive till early Castle Age. So that way Demon might have the opportunity to research at least Castle Age and to defend with a bunch of skirmishers, which is the way it plays. Because indeed Demon is an AI which prioritizes the Castle Age with defensive units like skirmishers, and then it will go for monks plus unique units added to the skirmishers, making it a quite strong defensive AI. But indeed, if the attack comes too early, Demon will have big troubles. That's exactly what happened in the 1v1. So, if everything goes fine for Odette, we might see a scout rush as Persian. That's what I'm looking for. Hey bandit, how are you? Sorry, I'm quite silent today. Just felt kind of alone. So this match is definitely one-sided. Oh, and bandit, what I said before is we should have Mango Diolin versus Bright Sparks this weekend to run the Group 1. And I think that from what I'm watching with Demon, Bright Spark might be confident against Demon. Demon is good, but it suffers from the Earth Assault from the opponent. It might have good games against Mogu Diolin, but Bright Spark is probably exactly what Demon cannot handle. The castle is doing some damage to the crossbows. So yellow is just surrounded by the opponent. This from the early Dark Feudal Age. And red side is offering a good defense. Yeah, 1v1 is was really one-sided. And same here in France with the climate. I was very happy with the 1v1 with the performance of Odette. Its macro was pretty clean. It lost 2 units only, the scout plus 1 spearman, and it will almost kill 40 villagers. Yeah, red is definitely doing well. Looking at the population, it managed to have 60 villagers and a decent military population, despite the fact it was hurt in the early feudal age with a scout rush from green. But yeah, definitely a feudal rush with range units is working pretty well against Demon. Well, yeah, I'm curious to see what Odette will do in this tournament. I think that Ryuboom and Immortal are actually too strong for Odette. But yeah, maybe a top 4 would be fine to me. Alright, so yellow is now dead. Blue just switched the target. And it looks like red can't increase its population anymore. Both of the Odettes are in Imperial Age. The game looks pretty over. Time to increase the speed. At least it will break the micro of my units, but who cares at this point? Alright, we've got Cavaliers from green. I assume that Paladins might be researched soon now, just a few gold are missing. Alright, Paladins research. And it is GG. Let's go for the 4v4. Well, Demon is supposed to play 2 civilizations from what I remember, at least Aztec and Byzantine. But ER told me a few years ago that Demon should play Aztec, Byzantine being a weaker civilization for Demon. Well, yeah, in France the temperature is around 35 degrees, so let's say that I'm actually suffering. So Aztec for the 4 demons, and on that side we've got 1 Mara civilization plus Malay, which might be a good civ. We've got Britain and Saracen. Alright, let's go. I think that I'm gonna have a look at the Malay player. Which might be the player 4. 5 I mean. No, 3. Alright. Yeah, I think that in Davis Cup 1 I made it play Aztec and Byzantine. Well, I feel more confident when I stream Odette than Esty Master. But well, I made a small update to Tutor Master after the disaster against Diedrich. So now I've got some hopes, especially for the team composed with the tutorial AIs. Alright, there is a huge difference between the two micros. Odette was hugely inspired by snippets made by Fireball. I would say that I made a lot of adaptation to snippet to make it work for Odette, and I added many details, while Esty to Master is all my own, and it was pretty different. Well, Esty to Master's micro was made from what I did for Pharaon, so it's quite similar to Pharaon's micro. While Odette and Tribal share the same micro. Yes, Snippet is definitely a masterpiece. And I also like the way MrElephant did use snippet stuff for its knights, especially for an update for reactionary. The latest version has been shared by MrElephant and will be the one participating to the team PUCBS with Shadow, the Morrigan, and Kalindo Tor. So for having tested reactionary version 23, I think that it's gonna be a pretty interesting opponent in 1v1. Here I just saw something I definitely should change for that, especially for the pocket player. You saw that it built its blacksmith with the gold miners, while gold is the resources which is pretty important to get fast. So it's something I would change, forcing the lumberjacks to build the blacksmith instead of the gold miners. It might give me yeah, a better castle each time, I guess. Hey, Mr. Elephant. Yeah, I was just saying something, but I think that I cut my microphone. I was saying that I noticed something which was not good for the Odette's pocket. The fact that the gold miner did build the blacksmith while gold was missing to research Castle Edge as soon as possible. So it's something I would change to force the villagers as lumberjacks to build the blacksmith. That's where I might earn precious seconds to research Castle Edge as soon as possible. Anyway, so the civilizations here, at least the flanks, are civilizations which go for range units. So I would say that it's kind of ideal against Demon, which can't handle much fast feudal rush. Well, the orange managed to research castle anyway. The castle is gonna be a huge help against Odette. Oh boy. Unfortunately, wow. Unfortunately, Red did build its castle in the wrong place, I think. At least it won't prevent the skirmishers to kill the villagers around the TC. I think that this 4v4 is gonna be closer than the previous ones, which is a good point. Well, I don't know what happened with the orange castle. It looks like orange didn't manage to finish the construction or something. I can't imagine Demon would delay its castle for any reason. Did you add some trash talk for Odette? Bandit? indeed it would be disrespectful, but why not? So, Red managed to go the second TC. Well, maybe Red's castle is not that bad. At least it makes still kind of scary. Scared, I mean. From what I remember with Demon is if it's not attacked, it can research Imperial Age around 32 minutes game time. Alright, a new castle for Orange. That one is in a good position. At least Orange do have the lumber camp in the back of the town. This castle might help a lot to gather the gold. Alright, this time Orange might have its castle. Oh no! Just so close. Alright. So forget it, Orange, you will never have your castle up. Alright, the +2 defense helped Teals to be not scared anymore with that castle. But it retreats for some reasons. At this point I would like to see Odette switching the opponent for the next one. It's time to start attacking the next one, which is purple. Well, it looks to be the case. At least green is going on yellow now. And what about green? Green started escrowing its resources to go for Imperial Age, I guess. Well, both of the Demon's Pocket are safe, with already a lot of units. So I think that for Odette, it's maybe time to finish the flanks and to wait for the Imperial Age. Yeah, player 3 is close to the Imperial Age and till just up. If you were Demon this instance, what would you do, Esty or down? What would I do? I think I would rush kit, honestly. Because I wouldn't have any benefits from the user patch. So I would say that the game is pretty unfair and I would just rush kit. And before rush kit I would say Odette. Damn you. Well, honestly I don't know what I would do as Demon. So what's red's population? Wow, 16 population. Is this the same castle than before? I thought it was already destroyed. Alright. I think it's time to increase the speed. So the next match is gonna be full Zenai Panda AIs with Sky Panda outside and Real Boom other side. Real Boom having joined the final of Davis Cup 6. It's a big favorite in the Davis Cup 7 with the Immortal. Well, Demon in 1v1 can be pretty strong in late games. Here it's actually playing in 2 versus 4. But believe me, Demon can be really strong. against any opponent when it is in Imperial Age, full population. Yeah, Demon doesn't sling resources to the weak allies. Well, as soon as yellow is behind 100 population, I just leave the game. This is the case. So GG.